Web development, be more productive, rank in search engines, make it easy.
Mustard Seed was a company with a problem. 5 problems to be precise. They're a digital agency specializing in building innovative websites for clients, which all sounds great. So what's the problem? To understand the problems, we need to understand how Mustard Seed operated. So Jeff, the co-founder, every time he would develop a new website for a client, he'd create a landing page, a page that you would put up in front of the website so that nobody would gain access to it while he was designing and developing. It makes perfect sense and is actually a really smart strategy. That way, nothing looks broken, you've got no broken links, people are more likely to return to your website when it's available, and you can work behind the scenes with no issues whatsoever. Then when the site was ready and went live, Jeff used to just remove that landing page, the coming soon page, so that everyone could see the website. All sounds good, right? Well, even in that there is those 5 distinct problems that Jeff was facing that we can fix. Number 1, landing pages are time consuming to build. So if you're building a landing page for every single site that you are creating for every single client, this is going to take some time. Those landing pages that were being built were fairly generic and text-based, which isn't always the best thing to show. We can do better than that. Within that, problem number 3 is that because it was text-based, you've got no big background graphic to really grab attention. And then once you have got that attention, number 4, we've got no call to action button either, which means we're not actually getting anybody to be engaged and get involved in anything. We're also not converting any of those people into potential leads or potential future sales. Something else we should look at remedying. And finally, it was hard for the clients to be able to see the website and the work that was going on without actually making the site live for a short period of time and removing that coming soon page and then putting it back again. So we want a nice tidy little workaround for that. I do also have a 6th bonus. It's not necessarily a problem, but it is a bonus that we're definitely going to come across once we've done and solved all of those 5 problems. The first thing we're going to address is that landing pages take too long to build. So let's head across to our WordPress admin dashboard. We're going to come across to SeedProd. SeedProd you can get by heading down into the link in the top pinned comment, where you'll be able to get SeedProd at the best possible price if you want SeedProd Pro, or you can check out SeedProd from the WordPress plugins repository, and that way you are going to be able to get it and try it for free. So here we go. This is what we have, and we need a coming soon page. So there is an entire coming soon mode on SeedProd. So all we need to do is click on set up a coming soon page. Then we have all of these templates to choose from. So we can select any template that we like. Let's just go with this one. So select that. And this immediately gives me the template. Now, of course, I can amend and edit this to be whatever I want it to be. I can start to change things, but for the sake of argument, let's just save this so I can show you. And then we're going to go back across. So we're going to preview it for a starter. This is what it's going to look like. Looks fantastic. But let's go back to the SeedProd homepage, the SeedProd pages page, which is just here. And we have that. And now all I have to do is toggle that on. That's it. So I now have a coming soon page live on my website. I no longer have to worry about it. It really took that amount of time to build. Now, of course, we want to customize that to your exact specifications for your website, for your company. But in terms of being able to put up a coming soon page, take a template, adjust it, and then toggle on. It's really that simple. And then at the same time, we can obviously fix another problem, which is taking time to actually take that the coming soon page away. We just come back to the screen and we toggle off. There we go. It's that simple. We now have coming soon page on or off. If we go back through to the editor, you can see we've actually already fixed point number 2 as well, our second issue, which is that the landing pages were text-based and generic. Well, immediately, these aren't text-based and generic. We've got a big full-screen image, which is another problem that we needed to fix. So we have that already, and there was no call to action. Well, we have a call to action, and we can make this even more interesting. So let's remove this call to action right here. Let's delete it. And then over in this left-hand side, we have a huge range of things that we can just drag and drop into the coming soon page. It's really, really simple. So we're going to go ahead, come back up to the top here, and I'm just going to grab the button, drag that into there. He's even telling you exactly what it is. It's a call to action. So here, let's say we can change this to, it doesn't have to be contact us. We can make this something really interesting. We can make this get 10% off when we launch. And all of a sudden, we've got a really interesting proposition where somebody might go ahead and click that. So we can have click to get 10% off when we launch. There we go. Now, maybe we don't like the color of that. We want it to stand out a little bit more. So let's head across to the advanced and let's change the typography just to show you what we can do. Let's go for that one there. It's a little bit bolder. And then in the, oh, sorry, my fault, the background color here, what can we get? Have something really bold. We go with a big bright red, a blue, something that's really going to match in with whatever your brand or company is. So let's have purple just for fun. So we've got a really great call to action button there. We could have gone a step further. We could have actually made this an opt-in. So we can put here and we can have people immediately enter their email. So this is something else that Mustard Seed said, is that they're now able to help brands develop leads really, really quickly. So again, if we go here, let's get rid of the name. We want to make this as simple as possible. We've just got enter email, and we can go ahead and we can change all of this. Again, instead of it saying submit, we can change this out so it says exactly the same thing. We can have click to get 10% off when we launch. Fantastic. Let's bump the font size up there. Change the background color. Let's go with the purple again. There we go. And we are absolutely getting somewhere. So we can go to the button. We can change the button style. I quite like the vintage that it does. It just gives it a little bit of a fade out. Let's get rid of that. And now all of a sudden we're starting to look at something that is developing leads and has a really interesting call to action. Next, let's deal with the background image. So we've said that we want a really great background image. So I can just come here to the settings, go to the background, and you can see the background image we've got here. So this is designed as if it's for some kind of estate agents or something along those lines, a realtor. So let's go ahead, remove that image, and then we can go ahead and use one of your own images. So of course, if you've got a specific image in mind, we can absolutely use that. Or we can use a stock image. So let's search here and let's change up everything that we are doing with this website. Let's make it look completely different. I'm going to search in the images library for a bakery. Let's use this image right here. There we go. So now I have an amazing image in the background of, for example, potentially my bakery, if that's what it's going to be. This obviously isn't my bakery. But of course, what this has done is it's kind of dimmed out our text a little bit. So we can just dim the background a little bit. Let's just bring that down. So now we're showing off this particular background. But let's say I don't like that because my bakery has this text on the wall that's interfering with our message. So let's just use a different image. There's loads and loads to choose from. How about this one just here? I love that. I think that looks absolutely fantastic. It's a great bakery image. It's really tying in with what I wanted to do. Next up, you'll see we've got a countdown timer here. Now I love these, so I'm just going to click on it and then I can just set this for a particular time until our website goes live, or you can select a time and date as well. So the website is now going to go live. So let's go back to our problems. Landing pages take a long time to build. Fixed. The landing pages were text-based and really simple. Fixed. Just used a template for that. landing pages didn't have full screen background images. Fixed. Lots of attention grabbing. Landing pages didn't have a call to action that was attention grabbing and potentially then going to generate leads or generate interest. Fixed. So the last thing we have to fix is to make sure the client can see the website behind the coming soon page without it going live. So remember, we can just go ahead and activate that page that we've made. So that is now visible. It really is that simple. So let's bypass it now and make sure that whoever the client is can see the actual website, the work that's going on. Okay, so back in our editor, we want to make it so that our client can bypass this coming soon page and see the website, see the progress. How easy can we do that? Well, we're going to go across to page settings just in the top here. We're going to go to access control just here. And then we have an option for a bypass URL. So you've got your website here, whatever that is. And then on the end of it, all you're going to do is add a phrase. So we can call this bypass client 6547. It really doesn't matter. Whatever that is, just make sure it's obviously unique and something that they can use. That will then mean that it will bypass the coming soon page. It's that simple. So you give them this whole thing and all they're going to do is add in their website name, www.mynewbakery.com, and then / in this case, bypass client 6547. And that will mean that they can bypass the coming soon page. And it's really that easy. There's no need to go live. There's no need to mess around. That's all you have to do. So what is our bonus? It is that when you're using a SeedProd coming soon page, SeedProd coming soon pages allow Google to crawl the pages and start to index them. So you can actually start to help somebody's search ranking while you're building the website by using a SeedProd coming soon page. So when the site goes live, your chances of getting traffic are actually already increased, which is amazing. And when you do get through to that main website, SeedProd also has a dedicated theme builder. So you can start to construct an entire website using that same drag and drop infrastructure that we were using for the coming soon page. And you can build an entire theme in just 60 seconds using SeedProd's AI theme builder. And if you want to know how to do that, you want to click on this video right here.